Creole cake. And he told me I was going to get an invitation for that particular function, festival, or rather the conference among women who are leaders, women of the world. And, in a way, Matt, I twist on it because it showed me where a song can go and what one song can do. And here I am on the way to Burkina Faso.
So how do you feel, Ophelia? What's the feeling that you got when you got an invitation there?
Well, I was so excited. I have been saying I'd like to go to Africa. And when I said it, it happened. So it means that it was the time. The Lord saw that was the time. And all of the dots were placed in a line, and it happened. It makes me understand that we each have a role to play in our struggles, in our country, in the protection and the development of who we are, not only as a country, but as a member of a Black world, a member of the African diaspora. Some people don't like to say that they belong or that they came out of Africa, but there may be many, many layers between us and them over there. But, that is the Black continent. We, all of us who have that Blackness, have a link with that country. And I'm realizing that I am being given the opportunity to relive what I used to live as a school child or a student in the 70s, where the emphasis was on what is ours, where we come from, and that we should always go research, understand where we come from so that we can know where we are going to. And Mark is the person who wrote the song, and he has a way of knowing what topic to take, like Marché Quartier is this too, Immigration is this too. And these, I think, are the evolutionary songs that I got to present to the world. And I cannot even find the words for the joy that I'm experiencing with this opportunity.
When will you get to Africa?
I think we get to Africa on the 24th. 23rd.
On the 23rd, okay.
Yes, the afternoon of the 23rd. So tonight we're going to Paris, and then there's a train ride to Brussels, and then there's a plane ride again to Burkina Faso. But with breaks in between, we can sleep, because I have to make sure that I balance myself so that, I arrive where I have to be when and do the work that I have to do.
Again, I want to, on behalf of the people of Dominica, Ophelia, you deserve
it. Thank you so much.
Yes, good morning to you. This is a special Creole Heartbeat program once again. And it's another Friday in Dominica and the rest of the Eastern Caribbean. It's a pleasure to be in your company. Welcome to Creole Heartbeat, the pulse of the nation. And we just heard from La Grande Dame de la Chanson Antillaise, Ophelia. And she had a stunning performance at the World Creole Music Festival. And on the heels of that, she's en route to Burkina Faso. And she penned a reggae sound in tribute to Burkina Faso and just prior struggles and triumphs. And here it is, through some French connection. She's en route to Burkina Faso, and by the way, the African continent for the first time. And we will be joined by the coordinator of the Dominica Music Awards. That's Jerry Williams. Good morning to you, Jerry.
Morning, Wadix. Morning. It's a pleasure to be in studio and then to be listening to the Mama Creole, the queen of our music. Visiting the motherland. It's so fitting to speak about the music awards after that.
I mean, this is huge. This is a major milestone for our music, and especially now. Burkina Faso has been in the news for the last, let's say, 12 months, 18 months. And this is huge that Dominica will be represented at a special function. And who better to actually represent us than our Creole Queen, our Kadas Lipsu, Mama Creole, like
Yes,
Grande de la
yes,
Chanson
yes, yes.
Antillaise, Ophelia, fresh from really having a spellbound performance at the festival.
Yes, it's so fitting. It's like it was scripted, honestly. Because as you said, she did perform well at the Creole Festival. Now on her way to Africa, where music is consumed, a large consumption of music, and we're getting our opportunity to say, "Hey, Dominic is here again, and you need to listen to our music."
I still feel we need to make a big noise about this, and not noise in terms of irritation, but hoopla. I mean, celebrate this major milestone. I felt it was very quiet. I have known about it for some time now, as a matter of fact, for some time. And I just felt that we needed to make a big hoopla about this, celebrate this, because on the heels of what's taking place globally, we all know of the triumphs of Burkina Faso and what has been going on with the leadership here. And Dominic are going to be represented. As a matter of fact, during the festival, I witnessed a Burkina Faso flag. You
Oh,
know, for
wow.
real, yes. Myself and Mark was actually discussing
Mhm.
the sight of a Burkina Faso flag within the audience.
Wow.
So who knows who was possibly around
Quality, yep, yep, yep.
visiting from that part of the world. And once again, it's our motherland. It's where we, our forefathers, our ancestors came from. And it's a very sacred time for us. It's a very celebratory mood now for us. And we're in the hills of the Dominican Music Awards. And once again, good morning to you, Jerry. We are going to give our listeners the information that they may require. And we want to say thank you, first of all, to the manager and the boss of Q95 FM, Sheridan Gregoire, who agreed to be platinum partners of Q95 FM, is a platinum partner for the Dominican Music Awards. And we must say thank you to Q95 FM for allowing the arts and culture to move to a pinnacle. We haven't had any award ceremony for the last few years, and COVID would be one of the hindrances. But here it is, it's returning this year. And I want to say thank you to QFM, who actually came on board, the first media house to come on board Q95 FM and come on board in a big way. Thank you very much, Q95 FM. But for just tuning in, what exactly is the Dominican Music Awards and why is it important to our cultural landscape?
All right, so this year is the second year we are celebrating the Music Awards. We did so in 2022, and we found it very important that at some point in the calendar year that we need to celebrate our artists. They have been putting in the work. It's a variety of music, the variety of artists, and they have. It's not easy to put in the work itself, and we felt from the Creole Heartbeat, we needed to create that platform where we celebrate our artists, we celebrate those who have contributed to the musical landscape of Dominica. As we know right now, music is one of our biggest export. It's one of the tool that helps to promote the island. Again, we just finished from the World Creole Music Festival and we saw the impact, the economic impact of our music. And it is important that we have this type of awards because there may be young, promising artists may just need that little inspiration to continue. Yes, we have the established artists who have positioned themselves and benefited, but then we do have the young artists coming up with immense talent. And so this award is something that they look for. And while looking forward to it, they're creating the music.
You said it's the second edition, and when was the first, and what was the first about, basically, and what inspired Creole Heartbeat to actually come up with something like this to elevate the platform for our artists, music, and people in the cultural industries?
Okay, so the first one was right after COVID. And around that time, there was a lot of music being created because nobody had anywhere to go. We saw Carlin XP, and actually, that the first one, she was the one who came out with a lot of the awards because during that time, COVID time, she was producing music. She had her online presence. We also have other artists who have been producing music, and we felt that because of the hard work that they've put in during that stressful moment and that stressful time, it reward these artists. Also, I think around that time it was we had the Bouillon music of family, where we had the production from Dada, who was making its waves in Trinidad and across the globe. And it was just again a fitting time to keep that celebration, that rewarding of the hard work of our musicians.
Is there a theme this year as we actually decided to coordinate and create that platform for our musicians? Is there a particular theme this year for the 2025 Dominican Music Awards?
Yes, it's basically developing Dominican music industry and a celebration of our musicians. That being said, again, we have a lot of artists producing, but do we really have a music industry? And so we want this year's awards to focus on that, to establish a music industry. We already have, I think, the AMP, who's already existing, and also this award ceremony would assist them in revitalizing, revamping, and really create that music industry that our artists do not get exploited. If you go back to back in the 70s when the Kadas was created, there was a lot of music being created. And I think we reach a stage where our music is becoming global, and we really need to create that industry where the artists understand that they need to really treat it as a profession and not just create the music, create a beat, send it out there, and you never know how far it's going to reach. Again, the simple example of the song that Ophelia created, and it has reached as far as Africa, which has great consumption. So just imagine your song you create in your little studio, in your home, can reach those because of the platform that we have.
And how does this theme align with national vision for a stronger creative economy?
Okay, so we see now the orange economy. We see the emphasis where the government has placed on investing in the World Creole Music Festival. We just saw the numbers come out, numbers of visitor arrival. So there is evidence to show that the creative industry is what is driving our economy, and we can make the comparison. Back then we had banana, which was king. Now we are looking to marry music and tourism, where our artists right now are on the Uber Soca cruise. They are promoting carnival for persons to come to Dominica. That helps the economy, and that is a way of promoting the island. So that is how important the music is to our economy.
And in terms of how the awards actually assist the theme in how it is presented and how we support the musicians.
So basically, the awards would give that particular platform where the world would have a platform to view, to appreciate what we have. It also helps the artists to produce quality professional work, and from there you have the opportunity to elevate to how should I put it? It's like having a resume, and you put on there, okay, I am the Bouillon Artist of the Year. That helps you, the platform of the.
It's your report card. It enhances your report card.
Exactly.
For future, for your curriculum vitae in terms of your music, your whatever you have actually achieved.
Definitely.
And not just in terms of dollars and cents, but achieve through a collection of music that was produced, and your catalog. Some of your number one hits made it to the ultimate championship. In terms of the awards, we initially planned on having it earlier in the year, but there's a new date and a new venue Tell us about the new date and the venue and what can be expected from this major event to promote Dominica's music, arts, and culture.
Okay, so the new date is January 3rd, the start of the new year. This is also we internally at Creole Heartbeat we deemed it as the start of the Creole
Carnival.
the creative in season. Carnival would be the first item on the agenda. So January 1st is January 3rd, sorry, is when the music award is, and it will be held at Intercontinental. So it's going to be a red carpet welcoming. Then we enter the main banquet area where we're going to have a grand time in regards to celebrating our current musician, also showing a gratitude to those who have laid the foundation. And in between, we're going to have a few performances. And it's also a night for networking, for meeting different persons, making different connections. Especially we introduced the promoter event category. So just imagine you having all our local promoters in one space, with an opportunity to interact with the different artists. And so it gives the artists an opportunity, because you now have 2026 to position yourself to be on these different events and just being out there.
Absolutely. And in terms of entrance, will it be by invitation only?
Invitation only. Sadly, because of the limited space, we also going to have available a limited amount of tickets, so the public can witness it in person, and we also going to have online streaming.
Okay, you mentioned online streaming. The process of nomination. Take us to the process. How actually the artists and the various technical people involved in the music industry became eligible for nominations.
So earlier, as you mentioned earlier, we planned to have it earlier up in the year. So we had opened the nomination process to the public. Now this is a fully public consumption, or the public got the opportunity to nominate their favorite artist, the artist they figure would have been to be the winners. So we had opened the nomination right after Carnival and closed it in June. Again, because of the delay, we kept at it. From March to June, the nomination was open to the public. So the public had an opportunity to send in the different names of who they figure should be, should not be on the whole nomination list. The other aspect of it was your local appearance on different events. So you had the various events, you had your village feast, you had your whatever happened throughout that period of time. Your name was basically extracted from that and placed on the nomination process. We also had those who have appeared internationally. They also got the opportunity to be nominated, because of the fact now that we have set a date. We still had nomination open up. Well, tomorrow will be the last, and then we know persons in the public have some concerns. We got nominations from what they air their views why this person is not on there. We gave that an opportunity for persons to be nominated.
Okay, so in other words, if you didn't get the opportunity between, let's say, March and June, where that this nominations or pre-nominations period taking place, and you wanted to nominate, you would have given that opportunity.
Yes, you're given up. So up until tomorrow is the
final.
And
so, but what happens after tomorrow?
After tomorrow, we have opened the voting as of last week, until December 10th. Presently, we have over 5,000.
So for all new nominees, and for people who were not informed of this particular awards and they want to be eligible, you have until tomorrow.
Yeah,
Final day tomorrow.
Final day tomorrow.
After tomorrow,
No
no
more.
new nominees or nominations.
None whatsoever.
Okay, and then this voting, which has started, will continue until the 10th
Of December, yes.
10th of December. What happens after?
The 10th. Okay, so the voting process, 60% of the total numbers in regards to when we choose the final 3 or the final 5, 60% of the public votes counts towards you winning. After that, we send all information to a panel of 9 judges who would look over everything, the different criteria, and then they have this final selection of the top 3 in certain categories and the top 5 in certain categories.
Without calling the names, what are some areas of speciality of those judges?
Okay, so the areas of their producers, legal-minded persons, cultural-minded individuals, writers, so promoters, so persons within the music space. We also have persons from outside of Dominica who is connected to Dominica as well.
So truly, I mean, this is 100% Dominican, and most importantly, no bias from the organizers. It was left to the consumers of the music, and then the next round will be the results of the consumers against some of the judges who are in the music industry.
Yes.
What are the information we would like to give the nominees, the nominators, and also general consumers and fans of the awards before we go into the categories?
Okay, so basically, just to if you know somebody, if their name is not on there, don't be upset. Just send it to us, email it to us.
Give them the information.
Right. So Creole Heartbeat, creoleheartbeat@gmail.com. You can visit our website www.creoleheartbeat.com.
Let's say this slower and clearer so that everyone can capture the information, especially those listening on this particular medium. This is the big station, by the way, Q95 FM. Jerry Williams, the coordinator of the Dominica Music Awards, and it's a production of Creole Heartbeat, the 2nd edition.
All right, so you have creoleheartbeat@gmail.com. You can send your information to our email, or if you wish, you can go on the creoleheartbeat.com website, and you'll have all information. The voting platform, you would have information about what the awards is, so you can get all the information there.
Okay, and let's just walk possibly before we go into the awards categories, because this is very important. We want to spend some time on it. We have a call coming in. Let's take in a call. Good morning to you, Creole Heartbeat, for the Dominican Music Awards. Good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yes, morning, King Wadi.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Ça qu'a fait, brother.
Moi, là, man, nous já connaît travail, là, continuer, mais nous n'est pour battre faire.
Let me greet your guest,
Jerry Williams.
Good
What's
day.
the question I have for him? Oh, I don't know if they will take it to consideration. Knowing that the music revolution really started in the 70s, is there going to be like an award for the best album from 70 to 75, 75 to 80, just to appreciate those musicians that were there before? Because right now, those guys getting up in the age and thing, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't know if there's a way you could recognize them. For example, best album of the 70s, or best song for the 70s. Because what is one thing I from Salt when I love Mahmoud. And if you have to look at the first album of Gramax, Midnight Groovers, Gordon, Mahmoud, and them the musician in that time, Mahmoud had get a recognition for the most promising album, the first album, because they a little inexperience and so on. You have to learn the craft after a while. You're getting better and better. So I was just wondering if they would do something retroactive to recognize the musician before. And another question: what are the categories?
Yes, we're going through the
about
categories in a while. We're going to be dealing with the categories
okay,
in a while.
cool.
But I'm going to
Okay,
allow him
cool. All
to
right.
answer
Thank
the
you.
first question. No problem. Thank you very much for calling. Yes, Jerry.
Yes, so we have a special, we have the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes.
So that basically is going to cover persons who have contributed over the years in the music industry who may not be making music currently, but then we felt that is important to honor these persons because they have laid the foundation. In the first edition, we did have the Lifetime Achievement Award. Gordon was one of the received,
Recipients.
right? First Serenade. We had
Derek Rapiters,
Derek Peters, we have Michael Henderson, and
Michael
then also
Henderson.
we had Pat Aaron
Right.
as
Okay, so the
receiving
first
award.
one, caller, we had the first edition of the awards. And in that particular edition, what we did is we highlighted some of those, let's say those who have excelled in the various genres. And we had Derek Rapiters, we had Gordon Henderson, we had Pat Aaron for Calypso, also first Serenade,
Michael Henderson.
and Michael Henderson. This year we'll be doing something similar with a different group of people who have really excelled in the various genres from Dominica. And we will also be looking at a special section for the traditional. We will not be delving that much into the traditional, mainly because the Golden Drum Awards particularly focus on the traditional elements of our culture. But it is important for us, whilst doing the Dominica Awards, to actually give a special recognition to the traditional element, which is part of the production of our music in Dominica. We can now categories.
Yes, we can.
Okay, so we can now go to the categories, and this is a very, very, very important area. And let's start with what area? You can go ahead. You have the list.
Yes. So basically, we have 24 categories.
Yes.
So we have the Booyah Artist of the Year.
Mhm.
We have the DJ of the year.
Mhm.
We have the photographer, videographer of the year, and I want to stay on that third category just a little. We know of the Booyah and the DJ, we know the importance that they play, but in regards to capturing these musicians, it's important to have the photographers. It's important to have the videographers for years and longevity that you're able to reminisce, go back on these performances. We have the music engineer of the year.
No, before we go to that,
Mhm.
even the DJ of the year, you are not referring to just only those who play at the dances,
No,
but they encompass radio DJs, those
radio
who play at the dances,
personalities.
radio personalities. So the fans or the consumers who would have identified the favorites, and then they would have nominated those. And even those who are not nominated, you have until tomorrow to be nominated. And the voting for those would be the 10th, the closure of voting. Right.
10th, yes.
Music engineer.
Music engineer of the year. We have the soca.
Tell us about the music engineer, because they have several areas of engineering. There is the engineering for live sound, and there's also the engineering for recordings. Both section of engineering part of it.
Yeah, both section of engineering is part of it. And again, this is a very important how should I say, element within the music space. Sadly, we don't have that
very
numbers.
many
Yes.
trained professional engineers, and I'm one of those who have always been advocating for the last 25 years that we have been actually hosting the World Creole Music Festival. Though there are improvements, we still see a little deficiency in the quality of the Dominican output, and mainly because engineering, is a wide field. So we have been advocating. I, in particular, have been advocating for the same way we got scholarships. We get scholarships for various occupations. We get scholarships for doctors. We get medicine. We get dentists, architects. That the authorities possibly look at getting scholarships for engineering. A young college student, or open it up to every single Dominican who may be interested in engineering. But the most important thing is to get the opportunities so that we could have a bigger pool of better qualified, and we're not saying those that they are not good, but then if you have trained, you can always lend support to the industry, and it gives you more depth. Because you look at the World Creole Music Festival, is the same few, let's say 1 to 3 or so engineers that are engineering all of the bands. So and there is room now for younger engineers if the opportunity opens up, where younger engineers can get the opportunity to go and formally study.
And I want to elaborate on that. I had the opportunity to be backstage with you at the festival, and the company that provided the sound, within that, the makeup of the individuals, I knew a few persons that lived in Antigua.
Yeah.
And again, I want to emphasize that this is an opportunity for young persons to get involved. It's not only limited to Dominica. You may, let's say for instance, the festival comes here. The company may reach out to you to be a part of that whole production. And we have to start to look at those stuff. I mean, as simple as in your village, you may have a sound system, or somebody you know may have a sound system. You know, be around, dabbling in that. And at the end of the day, as you said, there may be an opportunity for you to go away to study. And you never know how far you can reach. And even wherever you study, you may remain there and then come back to
especially now, as we have just signed some relations with a few islands in the Caribbean, where you could now transfer talents and skills. Your skill set can give you certain job opportunities in certain other Caribbean islands without any problems. So engineering, a major area. What other categories are we awarding?
We have a Soca Artist of the Year, and I just want to say, with that, we had
after engineering, we end up in the soca.
Well,
okay, go ahead. We have soca
Artist of the Year, and there was a collab soca with Benji,
yes,
and an artist from Antigua.
Oh, this guy have been
and
on the Antigua media pushing.
Yes. And so again, it's very important to see how he has taken that and run with it. And I think the reason why, again, he may want to position himself to be on the World Creole Music Festival.
Absolutely.
Stage. And so he saw that opportunity. And actually on Tuesday, we will be on Good Morning Antigua and Barbuda, again, to promote the music award, to have persons there cast their votes.
By the way, Good Morning Antigua is a live television show every morning throughout the Wadadli space.
Yes.
Okay, next award.
Calypso Artist of the Year.
Yes.
This is our foundation. This is what has explored us on the global stage, has caused us to create what we celebrated just last month, 25 years of our World Creole Music Festival. One of the things that we want to see an increase in new production. It was one of the challenges that, getting nominations, but we want to see an increase in production of the music.
And variations. Yes. One of the things we would like to actually encourage is you don't have to stick your rhythm or to the genre, to the same. While doing the same things, you can incorporate variations of Kadas, Lipso, similar to what has happened with, let's say, Compa. It used to be Compa Direct. Now it's Compa Nouvelle Génération, Compa Love. So the musicians, are allowed latitude to use the foundation of those genres and experiment. So we'll be looking for more production, in particular with the Kadas, Lipso, and that's why this could be the impetus, the real fertilizer to encourage Kadas Lipso artists, because we knew of the NCCU Kadas Lipso competition, but there is an opportunity now to produce. If you feel that is the set that or the genre that you want to expose and you feel most comfortable in, there's an opportunity.
Yes, and we go to the Male Artist of the Year. And again, this is a very important category because it encompasses not only the bouillon artist,
Any
but
genre.
any genre.
Any genre.
So again, it puts again quality of whatever genre you figure you need to create. We have the social media influencer of the year.
This is a new one also.
A new one and a very important one, because at the end of the day, the influencers influence you to consume the music. They influence you to go to the events. So it's very important that we recognize the importance of the role of an influencer. They may not sing, well, some influencers sing, but at the end of the day, they play a very important role. We can see the where there was a lot of influencers who came down. We just saw the DJ Envy who posted about his experience in Dominica, him speaking about his influencing persons to come to Dominica. So this category would go a long way. It's very important that we include it. We fall short in certain areas in that, but then we intend to improve on it. But this category is a very important category and will remain a part of the awards.
Okay.
We have the Rising and Emerging Artists or Band of the Year. And again, these artists still would be placed in other categories, but we felt that it would be encouraging for them to be awarded for the work or for just coming on the scene, for creating that impact, and to also encourage them to move forward.
Okay.
We have the Junior Male Artist of the Year. We see again the Leo Club have introduced the
Junior Calypso Bouillon Monarch.
Right. So they saw the importance of introducing.
And the nice thing about this particular competition is there is the Calypso component and there's the Bouillon component, separate in the same show, but it's a same criteria for judging.
And then we have, well, I don't want to single out any artist, but then we reached out to Leo, we send information to them. They disseminated to the different artists which responded. So they embrace the fact that we have that category.
But it's always good to encourage young, emerging talent who may not basically be part of, let's say, any entity or may not be known or just coming on the scene, and you want to kind of, that level of support and to encourage them so that other young artists who maybe just be thinking of producing music, of coming on the scene, of you have been having ideas, you have been monitoring what's going on. It's to encourage the younger artists so that you can have younger artists in the various genres.
And even to add to that, I think we need to not treat music as a hobby.
Yes,
but also
business.
As a business profession.
But once we speak, by the way, I can clearly see that Signal Band has gone professional. They live solely on their music, and it's an experiment they have been trying, and so far working for them. So we can say right now, Signal Band is all professional.
Definitely, and also with the junior, I want to emphasize this: these artists may be looking to finish high school, going into college, and they may be going overseas to study. Now, on your resume, you would have, okay, I am the Junior Male Artist of the Year. There are scholarship opportunities within the music space within the US or wherever else you go. And so with having that on your resume, it would help you as well. It would help you, go into a direction, because sometimes, most of the time, they are not aware of what they want to study. And just by going into that direction, you figure, but I can have a career in the music. The next category, the Gospel Artist of the Year, and I want to single out Mr. Robinson,
Ken Robinson,
Robinson, for reviving and for creating
that
space. And it was easy to, again, as I said, we went on different events, so it was easy to track that in regards to the gospel artists. So we have a large number of gospel artists who's up. So again, it's another area for
I think he's got it to have another edition in sometime in December, and he has reached out for some support. But then what he has done is a platform for the gospel or spiritually inclined persons who may have the talents that want to sing and perform in their realm. He has given them the opportunity with a fee, a reasonable fee that you can actually win. He's also equipped with a studio that's just in his facility opposite the Astafans. And he also offers recordings for some of those who may want to take part in the gospel competition. And who knows, another new area of music is now coming out, and may this really allow Dominica to be the real breadbasket or musical breadbasket of the Caribbean.
And actually, the production is of top quality.
Of course, Mervyn Del Sol is the engineer at the studios at Ken Robinson, and one remembers all the recordings of the Rough and Ready. Was the engineer of the Rough and Ready band, and did quite a bit of work in that. He's a well accomplished engineer. He recorded several calypsos. The Sowa Sowa Yo Yo, I think, or just before Yo Yo, before Balau was actually recorded by Mervyn Del Sol, and he would have recorded Sonia Lloyd's new revived version of Tout Sanu Nise Sao. So Mervyn is a well accomplished engineer.
Great. And then we have the female artist of the year.
Very important again.
Very important again.
Encouraging the women power.
Yes, across genres. And again, we have a lot of quality.
Lots of quality. Yeah. When you look at the Calypso arena, I mean, 4 women in the finals.
Yeah.
And there was almost 20 women in the Calypso competition last year. Several other women coming to the fore in other areas, singing compas, singing zouk, singing soca. So the women, bouillon, quite a bit of women actually singing.
A collab the other day.
We saw a collab between Kalin XP and
some young artists.
Ebony Empress, and several others once again. So the women moving in the realm, in the footsteps of Ophelia heading to Burkina Faso.
Yes. Timely.
Yes.
And then we have Band of the Year.
Yes, very important one again.
Very important one.
Once again, to encourage bands. We have now seen in Dominica of late quite a bit of artists, individual artists, solo artists. Prior to, let's say, the 70s and 80s, where we had quite a bit of bands. So we're now seeing several solo artists and very few bands. So that is one of the areas where we could encourage more groups to come together and form bands. More young people to come together and form bands.
And as you said, that if persons reflect on the past Creole Festival, the quality of the performers that are backed by bands, you get a different feel.
Yes,
it touches your soul.
Yes,
the brass, the horn. It's
a band has a particular chemistry because we can just look at our local scene. You can see what happens with the TK. 25 years. It says celebrated the 25th anniversary. The potent frontline. You see what happens with Swinging Stars, Tasha P, Daddy Chess, and then a potent frontline. Shelly on his own, like a one-man demolition squad. He used to be with that lovely sensation, Sasha. So bands have a particular. They have enough time to form their quality. See what happened with Lloydie and Serenade, and quite a bit of chemistry, which is different from when, let's say, a band is backing up a solo artist. It's a different kettle of fish, except when you now can form your own band and be like, let's say, Bob Marley and the Wailers. What are the categories?
We have Manager of the Year. Again, this is a very important category, because without the managers, a lot of the art, their focus is producing the music. So the managers are the one basically find your bookings, connect with the different agents and stuff like that. So this also is a very important aspect of the music industry. We also have a Calypso Artist of the Year.
This is another big one.
And a very important one. And also to help keep the culture alive.
And we must big up the Calypsonians in a particular way. They have really held the art form together, though quite a bit of turbulence in the last few months, but then there is an executive now. There is the CADED. There is the eliminations CADED for December. So let's hope and wish a very fruitful season for the Calypsonians, and let's hope that the challenges that really occurred recently may not undermine the potency of the calypsos that we will be hearing. quite a bit of large consumer power all over. People love the calypsos, and let's hope that they can have a very fruitful season. But the calypso of the year will be awarded at the awards on the 3rd.
Yes, and we also have reggae dancehall artist of the year.
Another very important area.
Yes.
We have seen quite a bit of young artists coming to the fore in this one.
And some quality reggae and dancehall. And
quality in terms of competitiveness. Can compete with what's available on the regional scene. And the vocals quite potent also.
Definitely. And we know we have our legendary Nasio Fountain.
And while we speak of Nasio, we want to appeal. We have been trying to get in touch with Nasio, and that's because he's one of those that we are considering for a lifetime awards because of what he has done for Dominica's music. I mean, legendary, several albums, a catalog of music, very, very strong and competitive out there. So we are feverishly trying to offer Nasio Fountain the lifetime awards at this particular edition. We have some challenges reaching out to him. We have asked a few people to do so, but we are trying. We have tried on social media. I got a number which I tried with no response. But we just want whoever is close to him that may get the information that he is considered for a Lifetime Achievement Award. It's up to him whether he wants to accept or refuse, but we feel that the work he has done for Dominica and for the genre, he deserves to be part of this Dominica Music Awards this year. And let's hope that the message can reach us to him, or he can possibly answer some of our messages that we have been trying to actually contact him, so he can make us know whether he's interested or not. Nasio Fountain, legendary force in Dominica, who I know for a fact, if decides to perform in Dominica, can sell out the Windsor Park Stadium.
Yep, definitely. The next category is Producer of the Year.
Very important again. And lots of producers put sometimes their personal resources into producing material for the artist. And this is why we felt it was very important to actually acknowledge the work that they're doing. There's a particular music structure. Some of those bands may be fully equipped with that particular structure, but a producer normally finances the what takes place within the band and sometimes the recordings, and make sure that you are out there and whatever area you are.
Okay, the next category is Songwriter of the Year. Again, another very important category that needs to be nurtured, needs to be, and I want to compliment Shelley and Triller, who have in the summer done writers' workshops.
Yes.
And, the young persons getting involved. And then we have a lot of good writers over the years. And so we felt it was very important to recognize them.
Absolutely. And let's hope, as we speak, we mentioned we gave Pat Aaron a Lifetime Achievement Award last the first edition of the awards. Let's hope that he continues. We know that he has been challenged lately, but let's hope that he can be feeling much better to, as usual, be able to pen some of the finest calypsos which is needed in the calypso arena this year.
Right.
Okay, as we continue.
Collaboration of the Year.
Collab. Very, very important. We artists come together and put on songs, create memories, create songs. Very important. And it's something that we felt was very encouraging in the last cycle. And it is something the Jamaicans do very well. You see quite a bit of the Jamaicans do collabs. And those days, even in the international circle, we will move to, right after we will move to Antoine to find out some of the comments from the Facebook viewers. But then very importantly, collabs are, it brings two giants together and create a song. Sometimes one more potent than the other, and they can come to speed with a production, and the end product is a true masterpiece.
And I just want to point out a particular collab. I'm happy. There's a lot. I'm not mentioning those who have been nominated, but there's one recently with Farmer Nappy
Oh, and Shelly.
Yes.
I mean, yes.
There's a fusion.
TNT and Dominica.
And not only TNT and Dominica, but the common denominator, the Creole.
They have gone back Creole.
And we just recently had the consultation where we identified Trinidad Creole is basically the same as
Dominican Creole.
And just to see that collab alone, it speaks to what we just had a few months ago.
Absolutely.
About the Creole.
But one of the nice things, even in we have been seeing of late, even in the bouillon music, that several of the artists are now returning to some Creole lines.
Yes.
We have been seeing it in the Calypso. The Calypso has always included from inception. It has been in Creole, but the writers continue to include Calypso, Creole in the Calypsos, and some of the finest ever. But now we are seeing in that second surge. Now the new bouillon artists are now encouraging the Creole language. We know of Shelly, Cbon, Debon, Rio. We had Trilogy also, did one. And that's very encouraging.
Yes.
Prior to that, we would have heard WCK and For Serenade, Befla La J, and Dimweki Monkey Pete, La Medveye, incorporating the Creole into the music. And that is the Franco Creole. And we have heard also Anthony Gussie. Very conspicuous in the Kokoi language, bringing the Creole with Camela and Afuawi in some of the Cadence Calypso songs. So the Creole of both Anglo and Franco are part of our makeup and our music.
And I think the young artists now realize the consumption of Creole. It's just there, the French West Indies, which has that direct link.
Well, it's a market.
Yes.
It's a market, and there's a platform and a foundation set by our Cadence Calypso ancestors, the legends, that was very important for us. Very important for us as Dominicans. One of the things that we don't sometimes take note of is before the advent of Cadence Calypso, Dominica wasn't enjoying the best of reputations in the French. Cadence Calypso dispelled that. The Cadence Calypso came and the French actually tried to dress like the Cadence Calypso artists and revolutionize the whole music to create later an offspring called Zouk. So sometimes that whole revolution is not recognized. That's why I really call on the authorities sometimes when to honor some of these legends and ancestors. Let us do something more tangible that for the rest of their lives and the legacies and all their children and grandchildren will be able to identify with the naming of a street, a square, parallel to what happened with the Burning Flames and Lord Shortshirt of Adadley Antigua. Let's hope we can actually emulate what Mr. Gaston Brown did, and even went as far as allowing the Burning Flames to be knighted.
Yes.
This is big, Sir Onion, Sir Unko. And I think this is big and true representation of what music does for an economy and for a country. This is real cultural and musical tourism.
And even to add to that, doing that encourages that young man,
but of course,
who may want to get into music and not look at it as a hobby, but look at it,
a Sir Gordon, a Sir Ra, this could allow a young person, because gone are the days when music was seen as a pastime hobby. We are now, like I said earlier, we are now seeing Signal 100% professional. They live on their music, and it's a way forward. It's an experiment. And it is something we can encourage as long as you can continue to produce music. What are the other categories, Jerry?
Music video,
very important,
Again, the quality videos are coming out, I must say.
The last 18 months, some of the finest work ever.
Yep. Compact Zouk Artist of the Year. We have that as well. We have a few quality work. Album of the Year. We want to encourage that so that at the end of the day, the artist can produce more than one song and compile it. And again, it helps your repertoire. It helps you to get on these international stage, because it's not just one song, but you're able to have a performance set. And then the final category, the promoter event of the year. Again, these are very important. This is a very important category that we need to highlight, because at the end of the day, that is where the public consume the music. That is where you create the economic, what should I say, the economic system, the ecosystem where you have the promoter, you have the bartenders, you have the sound system, you have the artist, you have the security, the taxi driver, you name it. They all benefit from a promoter putting on an event.
Okay, just heard from a very close friend of mine. Actually answering to a call. I can do that, but let's meet to discuss it. Your call, place, and time still have an invitation to the sanctuary. That's a very close friend of mine. I am happy. My brother, I will definitely reach out because it's important that and we at least send a message across to the brother that we are thinking of him and the work that he has done for Dominica, the the catalog of music they left for us, and I understood still have in store for us, needs to be encouraged. We appreciate you, Nasio. And my very good friend, I do appreciate you. And I can call your name because you're one of those that I listen to, and one of those that really teach me quite a bit of my African ancestry. That's IP. Recently, by the way, from the African continent to my envy. So once again, welcome back, Dr. IP. Let's hope that we can make that connection. So Jerry, when we come back, let's see if Anthony can read some of our comments from our guests because this is so important as we are dealing with the Dominican Music Awards. And when we come back, we will have more information on the Dominican Music Awards scheduled for January 3. So let's Anthony. Okay, she's getting herself set for some of the comments. But Jerry, while she's doing so, I'm not sure. Okay, while she's doing so, what long-term impact do you foresee the awards having on rights management, professionalism, and artist development?
The long-term impact is, again, just bringing all the artists together, disseminating the information about how important the music industry is, the benefit that they can derive from producing quality music. So the award is not just come give you an award and that's it. We want the artists to really understand the importance of the music industry, and that is what we want the awards to be for the artists. Yes, we come to celebrate you, but you need to understand, take it serious, develop the craft, be more professional, hire persons around you to help grow your music, to get your music out there. Don't feel entitled that you must be nominated or you must be on an event. Get persons around you to reach out to promoters. I have an artist. I want him to be on your event because it's from there you grow. And it has proven itself over the years that other artists have done that. That is how they get themselves out there. And so we want the music awards to really expose that, to undress the music industry and rebrand it so that it persons benefit from the music itself.
This is a special program where we actually going through the Dominican Music Awards, the second edition, and we want to thank once again Platinum Partners Q95 FM, the first media to actually confirm their partnership with us, and in a big way to Platinum. Thank you very much, Mr. Sheridan Gregoire, and the entire QFM fraternity. Anthony, do we have any comments from our social media personnel?
We have 4 comments from the social media platform. We have 2 from Facebook. One is from Lucille Royer. She says, Lovell, Brooklyn, Nelson, I am tuned in. We have one from Crispin Schillinger. He said, congratulations to Miss Ophelia Marie, our Creole Queen. Keep on making us in Dominica. Dominica. We also have one on, well, 2 on YouTube from Marlene Schillingford. She said, "Good afternoon, wife, Jerry. Give thanks to the works." And she also said, "Greetings, Nasio Pontin, trust your in good health. Please come out to the people of Dominica. We need to hear you and see you. Accept the open invitation."
Okay, thank you very much. And once again, our appeal to, well, we have just gotten word from IP who will be the link. Let's hope that unless the legend considers, at least consider the recognition, and let's hope that we can get a level of connection. We respect you, my brother. We honor you for what you have done for Dominica, and we really want to award you at this second annual Dominica Music Awards. Can you share more about the plan to host special workshops for, let's say, the nominees?
Yes. So what we are going to do, I think a few days before the awards, we're going to have a special workshop where we invite all the nominees, whether or not you make it to the finals or not, invite all the nominees to really have persons speak about persons who have been successful in the music industry, from booking agents to producers to managers, to really speak to the artists about the importance of the music industry, how they can position themselves within the music industry space, where they can go to capitalize on their work, to register their work. So that is basically what the workshop is about. So again, as I mentioned earlier, it's not just about the music and celebrating and having the likes on Facebook. It's about educating our musician of what they need to do to really make this into a business and to promote their product.
Absolutely. Reaching out to our fans, reaching out to the mercantile community, support is needed. Creole Heartbeat presently doing it. We're doing it on our own.
Mhm.
And it's because of the love of the music, because of the passion, because of what we visioned as Dominica's possibly major export at this point in time. Quite a bit of our young people choose the avenue of music to express themselves. And it's very important when we look at the parallel to what has happened to Jamaica, where the music industry is a huge one, and sports and music has brought the name of Jamaica to every single nook and cranny. When you look at what Bob Marley and Usain Bolt has done for Jamaica. Likewise, we see the same for, let's say, the French Antilles. Dominica was placed in a position where Kadar Slipso did similar for us through the four corners of the globe, through Gordon Henderson and Exile One and several others. Gramax made it to the Super Bowl, Midnight Groovers made it to the grounds of the United Nations. We have another opportunity to build on what we have, the foundation we have. But Creole Heartbeat is actually looking for the support of the public, first of all, and for some of the awards that we are going to be presenting. We know we have several confirmed partners that have actually agreed to sponsor some of those awards, but we are still looking for more, and we are also looking for the support of the public, Jerry.
Definitely. So again, just an appeal to the public, to the private sector to come on board. We have different categories. We have the platinum, gold, silver, bronze. We also have a category sponsor opportunity. Again, if you're are interested, you can email us at creoleheartbeat at gmail.com. I just want to emphasize that the award is just not, again, a celebration. Music shapes our society. It shapes the way we act, the especially our young persons. You can see a young, before even maybe you're talking, you can sing a song, you can you sing Creole but you can't speak Creole. That is how powerful music is, and that's how influential the music is. And if we shape, not control it, but shape it and develop it into a profession, and the artists take pride in what they're doing, it will help shape the society. And again, I want to point out, look at the Gordon Henderson, look at Ophelia, at her being in the music industry for how many years. Look at Mikel, and look at the impact Ophelia is still having within the music space, and is able to have a livelihood based on music, and it's because manufacture within her in the music over the years. And so it is very important for the young musicians coming up to understand that. And again, with asking for the private sector and the public to support this, you're supporting shaping our society through the music.
We understood a while ago that Anthony's voice was not audible. I guess people didn't actually hear it. So I'm not sure if we can try again with the information, Anthony. Let's see if we can give our listeners the information as we try to include as part of our program some of the comments from our social media.
Okay, so on our online platforms, we have Yusil Roye from Facebook. She said, Lovell Bopier Nelson, I am tuned in. We have from Crispin Schillenford, congratulations, Miss Ophelia Marie, our Creole Queen. Keep on making Dominica proud. Positive Dominica. Onto YouTube, we have Marlene Schillingford. She said, good afternoon, Wadik. Jerry, give thanks for the work. She also says, greetings, Nasio Fontaine. Trust you are in good health. Please come out to the people of Dominica. We need to hear and see you. Accept the invitation.
Okay, thank you very much, Anthony. And once again, we respect the brother and respect his privacy and whatever he may feel is the best for him at any particular time. But we are considering, as a matter of fact, we are considering to honor him with a lifetime achievement award for his contribution this year. And it's already confirmed by a very good friend that he'll make contact. So one of those days we can have a nice discussion with the legend. So bigging up Nasio for the work that you have done, for the catalog of music that you have given us so far. And from all reports, there are more in the store that we will be looking for, because I think music has certain messages, and you're one of the advocates for truth and righteousness and positivity. And when you listen to Anasio, you listen to something real healthy. The same way we have different foods, we have the foods that are not that healthy and some of those that are healthy. When you listen to a dose of Nasio, you listen to a dose of healthy and inspirational and motivational lyrical content. How can people stay updated with Creole Heartbeat and the Dominica Music Awards, Jerry?
So you can go to our Facebook page, Creole Heartbeat. We also have our website, www.creoleheartbeat.com. And from there, you have the opportunity to vote, to get the necessary information about the music awards. And I just encouraging persons to vote for your favorite artists. A lot of the artists have created their own Facebook link, which takes you directly to our website for voting. Support the artists, share their work. Unless I mean, I've seen some graphics and some videos of artists encouraging persons to vote for them, and it's very encouraging. They are taking it to a different level. They are appreciating what is being done for them.
The last 18 months has been very encouraging for Dominica's music. I mean, when you look at every aspect to climax, let's say, with the World Creole Music Festival, we are talking away from the awards now. When you look at every aspect in terms of how far the music has reached, in terms of the videography, we are now seeing quite a bit of the songs accompanied by a video, which is very important. And we know that there is a cost to those videos. We are now seeing our music dominating regional carnivals, and even sometimes some of the carnivals in the US. Toronto, we are seeing our music as is now dominating. So that quite a bit has gone on, let's say, with the last 18 months, let's say 2 years, in bringing Dominica to the far and wide, to climax with splendid performances at the World Creole Music Festival. You were backstage and you saw the response, you saw the kind of work some of the bands put into their performances. Some were dangerous, but you saw Asa coming from a crane to depict is coming home to Dominica. We saw the various bands with their dancers depicting the messages. We saw the other side of the finest in terms of geniuses, Gordon and Ophelia and Mikel. So, you know what I mean? We saw a whole different Dominica being exposed there. Missing was the traditional aspect, and I must talk about it. But I felt it was very important that, we had a very good year or a very good last 12 months in the music. Thus, we'll climax with January 3rd. So let's give the basic information again because we have to cut off in the next 120 seconds for the major news as it comes up on the big station. But let's bring back everything. The Dominica Music Awards carried for when, carried for where, and how can people expect the red carpet treatment, Jerry? In 2 minutes.
Okay, so Dominica Music Award is carried for on January 3rd, 2026. Held at the Intercontinental from 6 p.m. to 6 p.m. From 6 p.m. to 7:30 would be the red carpet moment where persons can walk the red carpet, photos, interviews, and just feel like a VIP, where we're going to celebrate our musician. As you said, the past 18 months, they have been producing. We need to celebrate them, and we're going to celebrate them. And so this is an opportunity to encourage them to even produce better material and more quality material for the years to come. So again, we are very much happy to be bringing this award. It has been I would say it has been a challenge over the past couple of months.
And continues to be a challenge.
But at the end of the day, we know the reason why we're doing it. And then on the response from the artists themselves, showing how appreciative they are of the awards. Artists have even gone in defense of the reason why the award needs to happen. So they are doing the PR within their space. So again, we want to ensure that we have a quality awards night, so that the patrons, the artists feel appreciated. For those who may not make the finals, don't be discouraged. Just use that as an opportunity to come better next.
January 3, 6 p.m., red carpet treatment. And at the Intercontinental, so you take a drive down to the north if you're from the south or west or east of Dominica. If you're in the north, you're well positioned. And that's January 3. And once again, thank you to the big station Q95 FM, Mr. Sheridan Gregoire, the mastermind behind the big station. Thank you so very much for being house to confirm platinum partnership. Until next week, I'm Prince Wadix. On behalf of Jerry Williams and Anthony, Prince Wadix, may God bless you and may God bless Dominica. The News Major comes up next on the big station.
Dominica, the stage is set on Saturday, January 3rd, 2026. We honor the artists, musicians, producers, writers,